The sun had long since set and the moon was high in the sky before Sheriff Hank Larson finally made his way home. He had been working non-stop since the dead started rising from their graves and attacking the living. So far, they had been able to keep the town safe, but it was taking its toll on everyone. Hank was exhausted, but he couldn't rest yet. He had to check on his wife, Lucy, and make sure she was okay. He knew she was working on a cure for the curse, but he worried about her. As he approached his house, he could see the lights on inside. He let out a sigh of relief and hurried inside. "Lucy, are you okay?" he asked as he embraced her. "I'm fine, Hank," she replied. "But I'm worried about the town. This curse is unlike anything we've ever seen."
"I know," Hank said.
"But we're doing everything we can. We just have to keep hope." The next morning, Hank was out early, checking on the town. He wanted to make sure everyone was okay and that they were prepared for another night. As he walked down the street, he saw a stranger walking towards him. The stranger was tall and thin, with a long, black coat. He had an eerie feeling about him. "Can I help you?" Hank asked as the stranger came close. "I'm just passing through," the stranger replied. "I've heard about the curse and I wanted to see if there was anything I could do." "We're doing everything we can," Hank said. "But I appreciate the offer." The stranger nodded and continued on his way. Hank watched him for a moment, before shaking his head and continuing on his own way. The stranger continued on his way until he came to the town square. He stopped in front of the statue of the town's founder and looked up at it. Then, he reached into his coat and pulled out a small vial of blood. He uncorked the vial and poured the blood onto the statue. As the blood hit the stone, the stranger began to chant in a language that no one in the town could understand. Suddenly, the ground began to shake and the dead began to rise from their graves. The stranger had called forth the zombies. The people of the town screamed in terror as the zombies began to feast on them. Hank ran towards the square, but it was too late. The town was lost.